Hi, my name is Glory, and today we are going to know a little about childhood stages. First is going to be toddler, where the child from 1 to 3 years old. We are going to present Sophie. She's 1 year old. As we can see, they can communicate with words, but she can communicate with their gestures and feelings. At her age, many of the boys and girls try to demonstrate that they are different from others. And physically, we can see that at her age, she she has 5 teeth in her mouth. That is typical of the other child at her age. We can see that, and she can walk without any problem, and she can take many things, just toys and food, whatever thing that have near to her, and she can coordinate eyes with her hands. That is very important because they are developing their gross motor skill, and they can demonstrate that they can understand what they're trying to say. They pay attention to the other person, but even though they can hear, they're not able to relation anything that are good or bad. Just they say or try to cry when something that they don't like. So each single time that they're taking things, they're demonstrating that they can coordinate and that everything that has around her is of her possession, not his possession. At that age, children can play. They can use his hands. They can use their hands in order to play. They can walk. They can sit, and they're learning to sit. Just as Sophie, she can do both things at the same time, and it's very well because they're really having relationships with others. They're trying to relate it. Now the second part are the early childhood. There are there are 3 to 5 years old. We can see them in their normal day. These kinds of children are they know when they're trying to say, they can get a general idea, and they can understand when I say their name, when they're asking something, and they're trying to use or to have their group of preferences, just a boy with boy, girl with girl. And we can see an example here that they are sitting with their own group, and they're following the rules in the society that girl had to be with girl, had to be lovely, and boys had to be different because they're boys. And they have in that age, they can understand that someone's going to have the rules, or going to have the opportunity to say what they're going to do. In this case, it's going to be the teacher, because she has to say what are the things that they're going to do next. She trying to cooperate as much as they can, because they know that it's important. If we do it as a teacher in a good way, they're going to try to do it in a good way too. Also, they will be able to follow some rules or some indications that they have to do, even though they don't want. They're going to learn that age. They're learning how to move in the pages, because it's something that we have to learn how to paint, how to use the colors, the crayons to paint. For example, how to paint around the boy, because they had to identify the differences between a boy and a girl. They think personally. At this age, they're able to have general ideas that so they are going to clarify. Now they are encountering in how to do it. They can learn to from 1 to 10 or other numbers, but they are able to encounter the information and to practice how to do it. To see two things and say, this is the number 2. They are true. They can demonstrate that they are able to know the differences between 1 and 2. And the important thing that for them, they have to see color things, color stuff, in order to encounter or to clarify. They're able to say their names. They're able to say what are their age. They're able to say what they like or what doesn't like. If they like to play, if they live alone, if they have mother, father. Things that are general. They cannot say complete sentences, but they can understand most of them, and they can demonstrate that they can understand them, responding with her hands or with her head. Even though they can say information shows that none of them know quite the difference between boys and girls, but they are able to say that they are different, they are the same. And also we can see how they can develop, they can demonstrate that how much they know the parents of the body. Not the difference between boys and girls, but they can demonstrate the part of the body, such as head, shoulders, stomach, hands, feet, and one of the more important, nose. Also, they are able to distinguish one to other colors and take away their favorite colors. They can see many colors, and they can take one that is the one they like. For example, he said that his favorite color was red. They can say his full name or just his first name. And they can identify to the other person with that name. They can remember that name. They can describe to the other guy, to the other boy, without any problem. They can say, his name is Fabiola or Marcos, and he is 5 years old. He don't feel afraid of talking with the other people because they are learning that is a way to demonstrate and to be part of this work. They try to demonstrate what they can do. And at that age is a very good age to help them to develop their fine motor skill because they are able to identify the difference between boys and girls. Most of them can say boys have short hair, girls have long hair, and you can indicate them that the boy has to be around painted with red crayons, and the girl had to be with paper, with a circle of paper, and they can coordinate their fingers, and they can do some movements in order to do it. Because in a short space, have the circles, you have to do with a different way. You have to be a rounded way. And the last one, but the less important, that is the middle childhood. There are from 6 to 9 years old. They're able to go to first grade in El Salvador. Most of them have like 8 to 9 years old. We can see that for they understand that they're going to go to study, that they're going to have a teacher who's going to say what they're going to do next. They're able to bring things such as notebook, pen, pencil, and they can make their draw without any problems. They can do basic draws. They can move the pages, and we can see the difference of personality, just a child, someone who is playful, she tries to play a lot or take the attention of the other one who doesn't feel afraid, or the other who is trying to concentrate at classes. And also, even though they are in the first grade, they are able to, or something that take the attention for them is drawing and colors, so they have to remember basic things. They're able to help each other, and we can coordination with gross motor skill and fine motor skill. If the teacher says to them what are the rules of the game, they're going to try to follow them because they're able to do it without any problem. They can run, and they are not going to feel afraid of that. They can demonstrate their feelings, if they feel instructions, if they feel okay. If not, they can say with words because they can say with sentences, and most of them try to solve their problems with fighting. And at the age, some of them have the opportunity to practice and demonstrate what they know about English, just a mother, father, teacher. They can say some basic words at that age. They're able to learn more quickly than others. Thank you for your opinion.